Welcome to Martial Mentality, a martial arts inspired podcast. And today we're going to talk about the Fall Classic.
The what?
The Fall Classic. And of course, I got my boys with me, Joe Blackwelder and Trevor Taylor. So, guys, let's talk about the Fall Classic that's coming up October 25th, 2025. Let me quickly kind of go down the schedule of how things are going to happen. So, the tournament date is October 25th. Opening ceremonies is actually, let me go back. The doors open for registration at 8 a.m. to about 9:30 a.m.
We'll also have registration open the night before for people who might be staying in the hotel that the tournament will be at.
Yeah, we usually do that. Shout out to Seafood Chris Weeks. He usually handles early registration if you're up for it.
We usually do it from what, like 6 to 8 or something like that?
Yeah, we'll post it online. We'll either post it on the Facebook or we'll put it on the Instagram. Then we're going to have opening ceremonies from 9:30 to 10.
Do we have anybody to do opening ceremonies this year? Are we going to try to do a line dance or nothing?
Sometimes we'll do a lion dance, but we just kind of decided to abridge it so we can just move on with the tournament. So the goal, and this happened to us last year, was to try to
Be done by 2
lessen
o'clock?
some of the things that we do, because sometimes those of you who go to tournaments know that there's a lot of little extra things that sometimes happen, and they're not bad, but what we were trying to do is we were trying to shorten some of those things to make the tournament go quicker.
Mhm.
So, and then what we're going to start off with first is we're going to start off with all the advanced competitors. What we want to try to do is, if any teachers out there who maybe have advanced competitors or advanced students,
Now, is that adults and kids or?
we're going to try to do adults first. And then if we have enough children, we'll try to get them done, because we'll be able to see, how many advanced kids we have. Normally, the bigger divisions are the advanced adults or teenagers. So we can go ahead and get those done. Any of those individuals who are maybe interested in getting some judging experience can sign up and register to judge. We would like for you to be at least 16 and up, and make sure that you have, studied martial arts for quite a while. But what we can do, if you're a younger individual and you are an advanced competitor, we want to start kind of training individuals for judging. You need to get the next generation ready to go. Okay.
Right.
You
So-
learn a lot, trust me.
Yep.
So what we would like to do is like to try to get the advanced done. And then if we have some divisions in the afternoon and you've signed up to judge, we can say, hey, well, we can get you in a kids division, or you can help us run a sparring division.
Okay.
Because eventually,
Do you have to register to judge those later events like that?
yes,
It's in the same area. If you go on the website where it says competitor registration, there's also a tab for judges registration.
Okay.
So real quick, let me tell you where I'm getting all this information from. So if you go to www.kungfuforever.com, click on the tournaments tab, and then under there you're going to see judges registration. You'll see competitor registration, division, and rules. So that's what I'm looking at right here, actually, guys. And so you can easily do this from your phone, and it's going to give you like a brief tournament schedule, and then you'll be able to go and sign up if you need to register as a judge or register as a competitor. If you need to look at rules or look at divisions. Okay. So again, we want to have all the advanced competition start at 10 and hopefully end early. That's what we did last year.
Are you still starting with Lei Tai?
And that's my next thing. I'm glad you said that. So Lei Tai, Swai Jiao, and all the Jinshu competition, we had a big division for that earlier in the spring. And so what we want to do is we want to try
So
to
we're gonna
maybe
try-
get those things done
I was gonna say,
early.
we're going to do those first then.
Yeah, let's get that stuff done early, because those divisions usually end up being pretty big. Lei Tai, Swai Jiao, and the Jinshu was really big. I mean, we
Right.
had 12 competitors in the spring.
Nice.
Yep. So if anybody's interested in doing any of those things, we're going to be doing those early in the morning, and then we'll move into like forms and sparring competition later on, weapons.
Gotcha.
Okay. So real quick, let me ask you guys how your experience was at the previous Fall Classic. We're going to start with you, Mr. Joe, and tell us about, how it was and what you learned from it and things of that nature.
It's going to be kind of funny because I remember getting sick.
You got sick?
I left for a while. I didn't compete.
Oh yeah, you did
I helped
disappear.
you guys for a while, and then I left for a while and came back. So I wasn't there the entire day, but I remember helping out, with the sound system, and I told, I think it was Bobby, I was, to get any footage she wanted because I had the camera there. So from what I seen, it ran pretty smooth. This was my first time with my eyes of a like a staff, or what's the word I'm looking for? Volunteer. Yep. Instead of a competitor.
Right.
So I'd almost rather be a competitor. Running a competition, you guys have got your hands full. So I commend you. Right. I commend you for that. And but I will say overall, it seems to go smooth, and everybody was happy after the day was done. So.
Right. Real quick, let me interject. So for our judges, those of you who are interested, what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to maybe not have a lunch period. So we're going to have snacks. We're going to have drinks available. We'll have things to kind of keep your energy up. But what we've seen from previous competitions is that when you have a lunch period,
Mhm.
it kind of lags the competition. And sometimes that causes it to run longer.
Mm-hmm.
Our goal is to have the tournament run as efficiently as possible to keep it running, because honestly, last year we were probably done about 2:00. The only thing that was running was the Tai Chi division, but otherwise than that, everything else was done.
We had everything packed up and ready to go by 3:00.
Yeah, we were pretty much done, and so like we want to try to keep that efficiency.
Get you a good breakfast and bring you some snacks. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I agree. So
It's kind of part of the course with competitions and stuff like that. It's it
Mhm.
usually makes for a long day, and I'd say if everybody breaks for the lunch, I mean, you got competitors who've been waiting all morning already.
right.
Yeah.
So
Right. And the thing is, and I get it, and we're very thankful to our judges and all volunteers. So, we want to try to give them something, and usually a lunch is a thing that,
Yeah.
we give back as a gift.
yeah,
The problem with it can be, though, is that sometimes when people take lunch,
Mhm.
they don't come back.
They disappear.
They disappear.
Another thing when you have a lunch period, it's like, well, that means everybody breaks for lunch. If you want to keep the competition going, it's like, okay, you go eat, I'll cover.
Right.
That's how you
And
keep it running.
We've tried that in the past when it comes to both this tournament, and I think we've done that also for the Queen Charlotte Cup. But in my opinion, because I've both competed and I've judged at these tournaments for a couple of years
Mhm.
now, I prefer not doing the lunch.
Yeah,
I agree.
I
Yeah.
would much rather just get it over and done with, because one thing I noticed, well, even if we did it in shifts, like there was like, all right, this ring goes to lunch, we might come back, and then the other ring that goes either after us or before us, they're getting the ring. Let's say, all right, we come back, the next ring goes. We might have to split up and help run that ring over there
Mm-hmm.
while they're gone, because they decided, oh, we're going to start putting events in. It's like
Yeah.
there's no one here,
Right.
so
As a
it can get very disorganized very quickly.
as a competitor, it's play it smart. Maybe get you a light breakfast, bring a healthy snack, but eating a big heavy meal is not really ideal anyway. You
I
know what
would
mean?
not suggest
not
to eat
before a
heavy
mission.
meal.
No,
No.
you're on a mission.
You
It's,
know.
your head's on competition. Not
You know.
you can wait till the competition's over, go pig out.
That was last year was the first year we've ever gotten out before 6:00.
Yeah, we got out really quickly, and so that's why I said like I realized that maybe not breaking for lunch was a better thing. Now, of course, if you're a competitor and you're waiting, and you need to go grab something to eat or something.
Absolutely.
There's difference, but we're talking about for judging.
Yeah.
For judges, we want to try to make sure that we keep the competition going,
Mhm.
and so what we're going to do is we're going to ensure that you have plenty of
Sustenance.
individual sustenance to
Yeah.
keep
Right.
you going during the day, so you don't feel like you're starving or you're hungry
Right.
and things of that
Right.
nature.
We don't want them getting ornery.
Exactly.
either, right?
I will say maybe not like a full on break, but like an intermission. Be like, hey, anyone need to use the restroom real quick or
Right.
something?
Of course, that's
Yeah,
that's
and cover each
understandable.
other's backs. If one person's like got to use the restroom or is getting hungry, by all means, just it's a
Mhm.
team effort. It doesn't mean we all just leave and okay, where's all the judges? Where's
Exactly.
so. But with that being said, just plan accordingly. Plan accordingly on your food and plan to keep the competition rolling.
So I also want to mention real quick, for those of you who are competitors, make sure you grab that early bird special. We have this $100 pre-registration right now. This started in July. This is going to go all the way until October 19th.
What is it going to be at the
2025.
door day of?
The door, if you register at the door, it will be $120 at the door. So if you pre-register now, before October 19th, it's $100.
Y'all heard it here, guys. Get that early bird special.
Get the early bird special now. And I would also suggest that, if you're interested in having some spectators, you can include that with the price of your registration.
So we can go ahead and buy spectator tickets as well.
Yep, you can. If you're going to have some spectators who want to come, you can go ahead and include that. So the way you register, if you go on the website, you'll see competitor registration. You're going to fill out the whole form, and it's going to take you to PayPal. You cannot complete registration without paying. So when you pay, go ahead and include that spectator fee in there. And if you want, you can just say, I have 5 spectators with me, because it lets you notate. So we'll know. So when we get that, we'll be able to go, okay, well, Johnny Blue has 5 spectators with them. So when you come to the door, we'll be like, oh, Johnny Blue, where's your 5 spectators? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, we're going to give you a little wristband. You go inside the tournament.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and smooth.
Yep. And so also, if you pre-register, it makes it quicker for you at the door. So then you don't have to sit there and try to fill out the forms, and you got to pay, and it just lags your day. If you pre-register, you get in and you get out really quickly. Okay. And that's what we want. We want to make it as efficient as possible. And also for judges too, if you've already pre-registered, then we can account for you like at a ring.
Right.
So we can put
go
you
ahead
in the
and
right
put you
spot.
wherever we need to.
Right. We can put you at the right spot. If you're interested in volunteering, same thing. Just shoot us an email at cacmafallclassic@gmail.com. If you're interested in volunteering, if you shoot us an email and just say, hey, I want to volunteer, we can definitely make sure we put you in the right spot. We want to ensure that we've had some students actually here who've done things like Beta Club or other activities at school where they needed volunteer hours.
Get them community service hours in, guys.
This was a great way for them to get community service hours. And also, we have some college students that need what's called cultural event credits.
I was about to say, what
Hold on,
better?
we can count this as a cultural event.
That's what I was about to say. What better cultural event than could you get than a kung fu tournament?
That's right. And you can
Modern
count
age
this
kung fu tournament
as a cultural event.
Right.
And so a lot of college students that go to our school are saying, hey, I'm going to count this as a cultural event. They have to do some paperwork, but super easy, right? Because you're going to be there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So real quick, let's real quickly just kind of go through some of the divisions that we have. I'm going to pull this up. So, of course, we have empty hand forms. And everybody at this table here has competed in empty hand form. So kind of give us your experience with competing empty hand at the Fall Classic.
Well, basically, if you practice any form of kung fu, then you're going to practice your forms. And this is just a good chance for you to showcase your skills in a competitive environment. So my experience was really well. If you practice enough, then you'll have a good experience. It's just gonna put the pressure on you, gonna put the eyes on you, and a really good thing about it is you're gonna get some people outside of your own school to get to help you. It's a really good community where people are always looking to better each other. So it's good to get out there and compete and see what the other schools can do, and then to share your knowledge.
What about you, Trev?
Well, I haven't competed at our fall class. I used to compete at the one when Sifu Panico used to run it, and it was always fun to go get to hang out, do kung fu all day, go to see friends I've not seen in a while, be like, hey, look what I've been working on.
Yeah.
And just get to hang out and just chill and just have fun.
So also for empty hand, we want to let everybody know that we have it split up into designations of Northern, Southern, and Other.
So and other, that could be not necessarily Chinese arts.
Correct.
Okay, I was gonna say it in the last question, but I was gonna ask if you allowed that
Because we've had people over the years come in who do their art might have a Chinese influence to it
Kata.
in some
Like
way,
Kempo.
shape, or
Okay.
Kempo.
Yep.
There's like some styles of like Salat and stuff like that
Mhm.
have a more kung fu influence,
Mhm.
stuff like that. Have we ever had an FMA person come in? I want to say we have.
I've never seen us having a Filipino martial artist, but that doesn't mean that we didn't have one.
Gotcha.
But that way, you know, other arts who might want to compete, they're not going to get immediately just
Turned around or
turned
Right.
around, or they're going to be able to compete and be judged fairly.
I
Yeah.
see. I
Right.
see. You got everybody expecting a kung fu form, and we know how that looks, like flowy, and then you get a
Exactly.
karate guy in here freaking snapping. you know,
Right,
like,
exactly.
And it
He's
might
not-
be good.
might be great, yeah.
perfect.
it's just going to be judged differently.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know, so like if you're doing a northern system,
Mhm.
you're going to be judged on northern precepts.
Yeah.
If you're doing a southern system, you're going to be judged on southern
That makes
precepts.
sense.
Yeah.
If it's something that doesn't include northern or southern or don't fit in those categories,
It's other.
then it's other. And so we're going to judge you on a base
Yeah.
amount of things that we can say, okay, these are what we're looking for these type of forms or kata or whatever you're doing.
Right.
So we want to make sure everybody's judged accordingly and that you're in the right division.
As you always say, you know, judge based on what you see, not what you know.
That's right.
You know, that's kind of where that fits
Exactly.
in.
Right.
Yep.
And unfortunately, it's hard when you have maybe you got a good northern guy and a good southern guy, and they're both competing
And
together,
they're both their forms look
and
good.
both are good, and it's like, like
right.
how do you judge
Yeah,
that?
those are
Because
the-
they're judged on different things.
Right. And that's kind of where we came in, because we've all had that situation happen to us at some point in time where we're going to go compete, and it's like I'm the only northern guy in a almost packed out division that's full of southern people.
Correct.
Or
vice versa.
Or vice versa.
Right.
You're the only southern guy in a fully packed out northern division. And to me that ain't fair.
No.
Like if you're out there to showcase your good kung fu, you should be able to be judged accordingly
Yeah.
Right.
and have a fair chance of how the cards fall that day.
Right. Right. That makes sense.
That's also why we've also, for the advanced competitors, we have, I'm not sure if it's for children, but I know for the men and women, we've split up weapon categories.
We
too.
have we've done that for older teens and men and women because once you get to an advanced category with weapons, you'll see broadsword versus straight sword.
Yeah.
Well, they're similar,
Two different weapons.
but they're
though.
two different weapons.
Right.
Tactics are different. The way they're used are different.
Yeah.
And when you get to that
How you-
level,
And how you move with it. I mean,
right,
Mhm.
exactly, you're
Right.
gonna move differently. So, in my experience, if you got a great broadsword and a great straight sword, broadsword's normally gonna win.
Broadsword is more powerful looking. It's a lot more.
Stronger. Yeah.
It's a lot more dynamic with certain things.
You can tell when it's a big slashing powerful
Yes.
movement,
Mhm.
whereas with the straight sword, it might just be
Right,
that's
right.
a deadly movement.
Right.
There's
you know?
plenty, and I've seen plenty. I remember one year at Quoshu. I don't remember what year it was, but I remember watching a guy do a great straight sword form. Actually, no, it wasn't Quoshu. Where was it? Actually, it might have been Catmore or the Fall Plaza one year. Not Quoshu, because they split that up. Yeah. Anyway, saw a guy do a great straight sword form. Everyone else was doing broadsword.
He
You
didn't
won?
place.
No, he didn't place at all. And,
Oh,
and I'll be
man.
honest, the guy who was doing the straight sword for him, and I even went up told him, because I think this was one of the first times I ever judged.
Mhm.
I was like, dude, you did it. Like, I just sorry you didn't get stuck with some other people who did straight sword.
Yeah.
And that's why we want to make sure that we're judging the four basics: so broadsword, straight sword,
Staff.
spear, and staff on their precepts on what they should look like. So then it's fair.
Right. I like it because Kung Fu is already a kind of a niche thing.
Mhm.
Kind of, you don't see a ton of people doing it. Like, there's a fair amount, but like, if you're learning a specific skill, this is the way to showcase your specific skill and be
Right.
judged accordingly.
Right,
you know,
right.
with competition.
Right.
So,
And so sometimes we did this last year where we split it up and it worked really well.
Mhm.
So we want to continue that because we felt like it was a great designation. And so it'll
now, if you have people, obviously this happens at every tournament.
Right.
If you get somebody where they're alone in their division, you can put them in to still let them compete?
Great question. So let's say if you sign up for a division, you're the only person in your division. If we have somebody else that may be in a division close to you, let's say like maybe there's 3 intermediates and maybe you're the only advanced competitor or something like that. And we might say, hey, are you interested in competing with the intermediates? And we'll talk to the intermediates and say, listen, we're going to judge you all together. Do you guys want to be lumped together? Or we can still separate you.
Right.
And you'll see that at my table. We did that a couple times, but there was also one group where it was 1 intermediate and 2 advanced. And her Sifu happened to be there. I was like, so I said, we can do this, 1 of 2 ways. I said, we can do it all separately and but we can run them together, or we can just bump her up. And he's like, bump her up. And she beat them.
And she won. See? I mean, you just don't know. And so
Right.
when you're going to some of these competitions, like you already said, Kung Fu's a niche thing. And you may not have a big pool.
Right.
But doesn't mean your pool's not good.
Right.
You just may have a small pool or
And as long
the
as
age bracket.
as long as the parties agree, if there's no reason that you show up and there's not enough people, that you still shouldn't be allowed to compete. As
Correct.
long as people agree
Correct.
on the terms.
So, I mean, if you come out there, you're driving or flying, depending on where you're coming from, paying all that money, come here and do this. We want to make sure y'all have a good time.
That's right.
And that you feel like you got your money's worth out of it.
Yeah, that's what's important, I think, make people have a good experience.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to talk to your teacher and make sure it's okay. Hey, is this okay if your intermediate student does this with the advanced, or if your advanced student competes with these intermediates, or
Right.
if this beginner
Mhm.
goes with the intermediates,
Right. Both parties agree and everything, then
Right.
why
Right.
not let them have a good time?
Right. And we've done it where they'll all compete together and they'll be judged in their individual category. Or we've even had people say, hey, let's lump us all together. And guess what? Whoever makes it out, that's the way it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine too. Because
Right.
listen, we're here to facilitate good competition.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And however we got to do that, we're going to make the adjustments sometimes on the fly, because that's martial arts, right?
Right.
We got to be able to adapt.
Yeah.
I honestly prefer that over being the only person in my division. I'd rather just lump me in with the rest of these guys and let's just go.
Okay.
Yeah. I was going to wait till after. I guess I'll ask now. But how do you go about the Lei Tai matching?
Okay. So how do we go about Lei Tai matching? So those of you who are interested in doing Lei Tai, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to make sure that you fill out a competitor registration. Make sure you mark Lei Tai. Of course, you pay. You have some medical waiver forms that need to be completed.
Is there a deadline, or are you going to allow this day of?
I would prefer to have them at least a week beforehand, but if they come on the day of and everything's correct, we will allow it.
This includes a physical from
Right.
a doctor. Okay.
Right. It makes it easier to match you if you give it to us early.
So you heard it. Physical, liability waiver,
Mm-hmm.
and what was the other
The
one?
competitor registration, that's
And-
got to
yeah.
be paid. So if you go on kungfuforever.com, click under the tournaments tab, and you click on competitor registration, you'll see at the top, it talks about the Lei Tai waiver. You can click on those, you can print those out, and you can make sure you got to give those to a licensed physician. It's got to be a licensed, not just a
Licensed physician.
yes, not just
Not Joe.
you're right. Right. You got to be a licensed physician.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not if you're walking down the road and you see free clinic in the back of a van. No, we don't
No,
need that.
yeah,
no,
there
we
you
know
go.
that.
Licensed physician. You need to go to an actual doctor, someone with MD on the end of their name.
There you go.
And let me tell you why we do that. That's for your safety. Okay.
Right.
Because let's say if something's going on, let's say if you maybe have a blood condition, or maybe you've been diagnosed with something and it may affect your performance or be dangerous for you in the ring.
Right.
You need
It's-
to know that.
Yeah, or
It's-
maybe you don't know you have like some heart issues going on, and if you wouldn't have got checked out or whatever,
Who
we just
knows,
let
yeah.
who knows what
It's-
could happen.
Part of the competition is to make it the safest environment possible,
Correct.
but this is still a full contact fight.
Yes.
So things can happen. Like chances are you go in there, you'll scrap, come out, and
Yeah.
you'll be fine. But sometimes people get injured.
And so even though, so this is a full contact exhibition. These are, and people want to win.
Right.
These
Right.
are exhibitions, but people want to win because we will announce a winner
Mhm.
and a loser.
Right.
So you want to make sure that one, you're in the best physical shape possible. We want to make sure you're in the best physical shape so that when you go into this, we know that you are healthy
Hmm.
and that you are as safe as possible and you're ready to do this.
Right.
Because as both of you have seen, we've seen people get in the late time ring and they are not ready.
Mm-mm.
Not ready.
And it doesn't work out well.
Right.
It doesn't work out well. So we want to ensure that people are physically able to do this.
I've been sitting on the side watching people, and I'm like, I want to throw in the towel for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just watching a video on this like just last night about like when competitors step in and they're just not like have no business being in there. I mean,
We've seen it at Quoshu.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, my
Right.
goodness. Yeah. People, and here's the thing, like, you got to realize that you can get seriously hurt
yeah,
when the contact is ratcheted up like this. So
Mhm.
if you're going to do Lei Tai competition, ensure that whoever your instructors are understand what it entails.
Yep.
And make sure that you are prepared to do it. So
go over
when
the
you step
rules,
in
make
the
sure
room,
you train properly.
exactly. So when you step in that ring, you are as ready as possible to because you're going to take contact.
So here's going back to the question. Now I know with our sparring, you base it on years of experience, but then again, the contact's light, so you can you can ease up a little bit on like, okay, maybe this got a little more experience, or maybe is a little heavier, maybe a little bigger than the other opponent. But you can, if they agree, they can go. Now in Lei Tai, do you pay a lot of attention to experience,
We
how many
can-
fights they've
We
had?
can ask. Of course, people don't have to be truthful.
Of course,
So,
they don't
you
gotta be
know.
truthful. I'm not necessarily asking about like say you've got a freaking somebody who's already had like say like a MMA record.
Right.
Or
And
something.
what we can do is say, listen, okay, we have, so let's say, for example, let's say Joe and let's say Trevor. All right. Joe, how much you weigh?
173.
How much you weigh?
210.
210. So 173, 210. And let's say, by chance, there's nobody else closer to those weight ranges.
Right.
And we'll say, okay, listen, all right. You have somebody who's 210.
Will you let them agree on it?
I will let them agree. I'll say, look,
Okay.
this is what we have here. Here are the weights. Here's the experience. This person he's had a few bouts.
That's great.
This person doesn't necessarily have as much experience.
Hmm.
Do you want to match up?
Right.
That's
great because part of the whole thing is that you go into this not knowing an opponent, and I think that's kind of part of it, and that's a cool thing about it because that's realistic. Sometimes you don't know who's going to attack you, but now the fact that you're trying to keep it safe and depending on if you have enough competitors or not, if it comes down to that situation, I think it's good for both parties to mutually
And if
agree.
you feel like, and what you should do too, and this is my advice to you, Joe, because I know you're getting ready to do Lei Tai. If you feel like, hey, can I ask? Can we see what the experience is of the other fighter?
Right.
Or who I'm matched against. I just want to make sure that we're both,
Right.
similar. And if you have an issue with that, you can come to arbitration. We'll have an arbitrator. And the arbitrator is somebody who basically he's kind of like the law of the land.
Yeah.
He's like the sheriff.
He's
know.
literally there for one thing and one thing only.
He or she.
Right.
And that is to basically just be the moderator.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, but we have great judging, so I don't
That's
foresee that being an issue.
That's a great kind of ease the mind kind of thing. I mean, for anybody out there like that feels if you do this and you feel pressured, I mean, you can say no at any time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And if you say no, I mean, what I mean,
right.
I will respect it because I don't
Right.
want you to get in the ring and you not be ready.
Right. Absolutely.
I'm not worried about you winning or losing. I'm
Yeah.
worried about you being safe.
Yes.
And our judging staff are certified to be able to do this.
Right.
And so we understand if you're getting just mollywopped in the ring,
Yeah.
we're going to call it.
Right. Absolutely.
We don't care about your
And
ego.
it happens.
Right.
It happens. Like and I every now and then you see that, in these Lei Tai fights. Sometimes you're gonna fight a giant.
Yeah.
And as long as you agree, your own experience, then you do the
And
thing.
we've
But you
actually
don't have to.
we've actually had male and females compete with each other.
Have we?
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Lei Tai?
Mm-hmm.
When?
So you remember about, was it 2 years ago? It was a oh my goodness, Sifu Martin Ware's daughter. I forgot her name.
I don't remember, but I know she usually competes in the Lei Tai.
She usually competes in the Lei
How'd
Tai.
she do?
Oh, she won.
She won.
That's what I'm saying. So
what
I
I'm
mean,
talking
you
about.
can find the video. She won.
Right.
I think
nice.
there's a video online.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, it was a gentleman, and I think they were similar weight
Right.
and similar height. He was a shorter guy, but it was like, hey, do you want to? I mean, he
Yeah.
doesn't have a competitor. Well, did you? She was like, yeah,
Right.
and she won.
And
It's
how
like-
did I'm starting to kind of remember this. Didn't she fight another
And she had already fought once, I think.
and
Right.
won that one
And
too? If
I
I'm
think
correct.
she won, but she
As a-
won both of them.
Nice. It's like, as a competitor, as a future Lei Tai, I shouldn't be saying this, but as the person I am, like, just I love trying to be nice to people, help people. It's like, don't come off the street and think you're gonna and get in there. You know what I mean? Learn how to block a punch. Learn how to move your head. Like, just don't step in
Let
there.
me tell you a quick story, because Trevor was here for this.
Was this at Quoshu?
Yes.
Is it who I'm thinking of?
Yes.
Oh yeah, nah. You need to hear this.
So one of the Sifus had a cousin who had just basically like started trying to do some martial arts on his own,
Like learning from like videotapes.
learning from
and
videos,
stuff
Brand
like
new.
that.
things that he I don't know if he was brand new, but he wasn't formally trained by somebody who knew what they
If
were
I
doing.
remember right,
Yeah,
he was
right.
really into fitness. Like he was a personal trainer.
Oh
and
yeah,
some other
That-
stuff.
That's the age old story right there. I mean, you know.
So he came to Quoshu and was going to compete with the 3-section stab, which is already a difficult weapon.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to do the Lei Tai. So, I mean, what can we say? We kind of tried to be like, you sure you want to do this? Like, this is not
Not
the
to cut off the
same.
story, but are you allowed to like deny people? I mean,
Oh man, listen, if you're not wanting to do it,
now
we're
I'm
not-
talking about somebody who wants to, but you feel that they are not. Like,
oh yeah, I mean, because think about it. If you feel like that person,
I'm not talking about the competitor. I'm talking about the judges and like the staff. Like, can you just say, scratch this guy's
no,
registration?
we have full autonomy over
Yeah,
this tournament.
Right.
So we
right.
feel like there's somebody who we feel is a threat or a danger. No, you got to go.
A
Yeah.
danger, or just maybe,
No,
like you said, the whole medical process.
right?
Maybe
Or,
he's
or we see something that maybe there it's in a competition, and we see that he's doing something dangerous. We can stop it at any time.
oh yeah,
So don't worry. Like, and we're watching for those things.
right.
Yeah.
So what happened?
So what happened? So he competed.
Right.
Yeah. He competed.
You can kind of figure what happened.
You get knocked out, or
I don't think he got knocked out.
No,
he got beat
but-
up?
No,
he got beat up bad.
He got.
Yeah,
I
hit
remember
hard
this.
more than
'Cause
once.
This is
like,
my,
yeah, a
my
lot.
second
kicked.
or third time going to Quoshu. He got the brakes beat off him.
It was bad.
Yeah. So it's like, I've been training almost 3 years now, and I've had plenty of sparring. I've trained here, and I make it a point to like go to other places to train too, to get
Mhm.
more different experience. But like, golly, I forgot what I was gonna say. But it's kind of like, okay, here's what I was gonna say. Okay, I'm gonna go to one of my military experience, right? Like, I went to boot camp, and I saw all these people, grown men, getting upset when they got yelled at. Like, just grown men, like some of them cry, right?
Mm.
Getting yelled at. And I know there's a lot of pressure away from home, but it's almost like, what did you expect?
A lot of people have.
Yeah.
You're in military boot camp, right? Did you expect a freaking handout like, hey, welcome to boot camp? You get in that Lei Tai ring, you're gonna get punched, you're gonna get kicked,
You get
they're gonna throw
thrown.
you around, they're gonna try to beat you up. It's like, you gotta know that.
Delusions of grandeur.
Yeah.
Oh, he ain't gonna hit me. Nah, he's gonna hit you.
You have, and it's probably worse now because you get a lot of people that are watching these videos, they're watching these things and saying, I can do that.
Delusional. I was one of them. I'm still kind of am sometimes. Like, but you got to keep yourself in check. But like, no, if you train a lot,
There's
it's-
a difference between delusion and confidence because you've done what you need to do to be able to do it.
right.
We've had people
Right.
come in here with delusions of grandeur.
Yeah.
And you know
I've heard
what I'm
from-
talking about.
Yeah.
I've heard from so many people, and this is people that I would truly believe who've had experience. It's like, if you train properly, you'll be fine.
You will. You will. Now, win or lose, that can be a lot of different factors.
Oh yeah, yeah. Win or lose is different. Like just getting in there, doing your thing, and like coming out. I'm sure you'll be banged and bruised, but like I said, that guy got completely beat up. Like if you're unprepared, that's probably what's going to happen.
He got beat up. He tried to get in this forms competition. He didn't do well with that because you weren't prepared.
And
Right.
if I'm right, he did
Right.
the forms competition before the fight, didn't I? Or was it later on?
I don't remember what he was doing, but it was just
I
like,
underestimated when I did my first beginner sparring match. Like I underestimated it. If I'd have trained harder, totally could have done better. I'm not going to say the word win or lose because for me that's not about. But I could have done way better, because I didn't train enough. Anybody who's like a competitor, you can always say you could have trained better, but when you truly meant it, and when you truly have put in the work. That was one of those times where I knew I did not put in a sufficient amount of work.
and what happens to a lot of people. And so this is some advice to you guys who are competing. And this is advice to judges too. So let me say this, because judging is still a skill. And you need to practice judging
And know the rules.
and know the rules. And a lot of
Mhm.
people who go into judging don't look at the rules. So if you're going to be a judge, I implore you, read the rules. We will have our head judges there they will know the rules.
Mhm.
And if you have a question about the rules, ask your head judge because they will be able to tell you.
Right.
But don't just assume, oh, well, they did it at this tournament like this, so we're going to do it like this here.
Right.
That's not the way this works.
I have no judging experience at tournaments, but even in class, it's like even if you know what your rule set is, when you're live, it's another ball game.
It is.
You have to practice, like you just said.
You got to
have
practice it. Because if you don't practice it, you won't be able to make those split-second decisions.
Right, and you're there for the safety of the fighters.
Exactly.
So
To go really quickly, go back to your late time, move on, that those executive referees, that person who's in that ring with you, they're always there for your safety.
right,
That is their main goal,
Mhm.
to keep you safe.
Gotcha.
So if they see something dangerous, cut it.
Break, stop.
Yeah.
Call
no,
it.
no, right. Like
Right.
we're not
Figure it out.
we're not doing that. Now,
Right.
if you're getting pelted and you're not defending yourself,
Defend yourself.
yeah, right.
defend
And if
yourself.
you're not doing it, cut it
right,
because you're not defending yourself.
right,
So if we see that you're just not doing what you need to do. Now, if you're defending yourself and you're getting beat up, okay, well, I'm sorry about that.
right. I mean, that's part of
That's just part of it. You
Yeah.
just have to just deal with that.
part of the game.
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Right.
And that's just what it is. But we're gonna make sure that we follow those rules to a T, and people need to understand the rule set. So if you don't know the rule set, and that goes not only with the lay tie. Let me also piggyback off the forms.
Yeah.
Know what we're looking for Northern and Southern and
Right.
other forms.
Right.
Know what we're looking for in
Push hands and
push hands,
Right.
Push hands, continuous sparring.
continuous
Continuous
sparring, jinshu,
got
Schweijiao.
multiple push hands. Right. You got stationary and I'm
There's
not too
fixed
familiar.
step.
Fixed step.
There's
Res-
oh my goodness,
Several variations.
restricted and then
restricted.
unrestricted.
Yes,
Right.
restricted.
Several variations. So
So
if you're getting into it, whether you're judging or competing, just know what it is you're doing and know
Right.
the rules.
And if
Yeah.
you need a quick reminder of what the rules are and you're a competitor, just be like, hey,
Mhm.
can you quickly go through these rules
Right.
so you know?
Mhm.
Don't be afraid to ask questions. So many people get to these things and they don't ask questions. And I'm
Right.
like, why are you not asking questions?
Right.
We're here to educate you. If you don't know, let us know.
Right. That's absolutely. Don't be afraid to ask.
Do not be afraid to ask.
Why would you want to get in there and not know what the rules are? I mean,
Mhm.
you know what I mean?
Because
Like,
people just assume.
oh, it's just
Yep.
a fight.
It's just
Or
assume.
I'm just, yeah.
And I'll
you
tell
need to know what the judges or when it comes to forms or the push hands, you need to know what the judges are looking for.
And I'll tell you what irks me now that I've done competition and now that I'm a judge. I can't stand a bad judge.
Oh no,
I can't stand it. Irks me so bad.
that's
Yeah.
worse than having bad competitors.
Oh yeah, I'll take a bad competitor over a bad judge
Mm,
because a bad competitor, when we say bad, maybe not a skill. At least you're trying.
right.
At least you're giving me what I think. This is the best that you can have.
Sorry,
right.
No, I guess bad. Not bad. I'm thinking more bad competitor is more or less like disregard for others,
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Right,
like
right.
poor sportsmanship.
Yeah,
So that's what I meant by bad competitor.
I see.
We can still handle that easier
Oh yeah, no.
than a bad judge. 'Cause
I would
uh,
much rather deal with that
Yeah.
than having to deal with a judge, and excuse my French, who doesn't seem to know what the hell they're doing.
No. And there are judges like that. And I've been
Yeah.
to competitions where it's like, man, that guy does not know, or that lady does not know what she's doing.
Right.
Why are you in here?
Yeah.
So, what makes the competition be better? And this is advice to everybody who wants to judge or is interested in doing any judging, or if you're a competitor and one day you may become a judge. Know your craft, but understand the rule set
Mhm.
and be able to decipher it well and practice it.
And judges, for any question on the rules, go to kungfuforever.com. We have them listed all right there. And
That's right.
that is the rule set we will be using for the Fall Classic.
Yep. And don't assume that the rules from the spring Queen Charlotte's Cup is the same,
Because they're not.
because they're a little different. So you got to make sure you know the rules, competitors and judges. So quickly to keep going. So we got our empty hand forms. We got weapons forms.
Internal.
Internal weapons. We have that. We're going to have our Tai Chi hand forms. We're going to have internal hand forms as well. So any Shingi Bagua, Leha Bafa, anything like that. Of course, we have continuous sparring. We're going to have that. Let me mention something about the continuous sparring real quick. So we want to ensure for the continuous sparring that gear, okay? We would prefer for you to have a closed or caged face, okay? As far as contact is concerned, the contact, we will allow a medium contact to the body. For those divisions that do have head contact, we will allow light contact to the head, okay? Just realize no matter how much we try to control the contact, you are still having to defend yourself.
And you should still defend yourself.
And you need to defend
Right.
yourself. Don't think, oh, it's light contact to the head.
Does
I
that
should be okay.
I don't want to take a light shot anyway.
Right,
I want to block it or slip it,
Move.
like parry it.
right.
Like,
don't
I don't wanna
think,
stand there and just,
Oh, it's medium contact to the body. I can take that.
maybe, but what if it's
You
a
know?
hard shot? Would you still don't want to take too many
Right.
of
You
those,
know, like, oh, that hit me right in the rib. That
Yeah.
hurt.
Mhm.
right? A liver shot.
Right. Those things
got to be a
happen.
real hard shot.
And the thing is, like, I don't think I've ever seen really anybody lose control at any of these tournaments.
I have not in sparring. The way I see it, you treat it like a real fight in the sense of protecting yourself
Correct.
and looking for good techniques, looking for your openings, but you're not doing it with bad intentions.
Right. Exactly.
That's it.
And so, and that's what you got to realize when you're doing this. And what a lot of people don't do is they expect, the judge to protect them from everything. Well, I can't protect you from everything because this person is supposed to be sparring and trying to
They're
hit
trying
you.
to hit you.
Yeah.
They're trying to
I'm
fight
going to
you.
protect you if you're not protecting yourself.
Right. Right.
But if you're trying to protect yourself and you're not doing a good job, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Right.
Unless you're just completely overwhelmed, then I'll stop it.
Yep.
But
Right.
otherwise than that, if you're trying and you're just not doing a good job, well,
You got to train. Now you know your weaknesses.
now you know.
And that's part of the reason of competing, I think.
Now you know. So we also have 2-person sets. So we have those as well. We also
Slide
have
jow.
Swai Jiao. Those of you who don't know what Swai Jiao is, that's Chinese wrestling. That's become increasingly popular at the
It's fun.
Classic.
I think not last year, but the year before, that division was swamped.
Mm.
If
Well-
I remember that right.
Well, Joe did the one in the spring, and it had a good amount of
fairly
people.
good turnout.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool because since there was a lot of different weight classes, they even let everybody exhibition each other after your match. So that way you could get another match in.
See,
So that was pretty cool.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to incorporate. Hey, we want this to grow. Let's. Yeah, we're competing, but guess what? We're training too.
Right. That's right. Treat it as part of your training.
And so we want to make sure that other people understand that,
I learned a lot from that experience.
and it's good.
Yep.
Those of you who do any Wing Chun, or maybe you do some Lai Tang Pai, or have Southern Systems, or even some Praying Mantis, we have Chi Sao available.
Mhm.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think we've done it in a while, but didn't we have a dummy competition at one point?
Oh, really? That would be
wanna s-
interesting.
I want to say we did. Or
Quoshu does it.
I know Quoshu does, but I want to say
I
either
would
the
love to see
Queen.
that. I'm gonna
I
have to
want to
look
say
it
the
up.
Queen Charlotte Cup did it one year. Maybe I don't remember.
Possibly. But if we got a dummy, we could always do it.
That'd be cool.
That'd be another thing that we'd have to like transport in. But
I would get in on that.
it
actually.
could be
Yeah.
it could be done because they do it at Quoshu. They'll do
Do
it.
they?
They'll do the dummy
I
set.
would get in on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. So we do have a master's hand forms, and so for those of you who quote unquote, if you're going to do masters, there are certain criteria to be able to do the master's hand forms and the master's internal
It's
hand
like
forms, and
so many
Tai Chi.
years.
Yep. it's so many years. I'm not going to look all that stuff up, but if you go under the rule set, it will tell you under general, it talks about that. So make sure you read the rules so you understand. And particularly for those of you who maybe have students that are competing, it is just valuable that when your students understand the rule set, you can train for that rule set, which means to me, I've seen that people do better when they train for the rule set of the competition because you know exactly what to do and you can make those decisions and what not to do. Right. Yeah. And you can make those split second decisions. So
no inside leg kicks, lay tie.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You heard it here first.
Right. No inside leg kicks, lay tie. Right. Correct. No elbows and knees.
Yeah.
Because, certain things and certain possibilities and stuff could happen. So once again, but don't worry, the fist and the feet and the throwing, you'll get enough. I promise.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to worry about it. So as a real quick recap, go through this real quick as a quick recap. So remember, Fall Classic, October 25th, 2025. Look up the tournament schedule on www.kungfuforever.com. You will see a tournament schedule. If you can go on your phone, super easy. You click under that tournaments tab on the website.
Doors open.
Doors open at 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
Then we're going to be registering till about 9:30. Opening ceremonies at 9:30 to 10. All advanced competition or the competition in general is going to pop off at 10 o'clock. But we're going to try to run advanced competitors first. Swajiao, Lei Tai, and Jinshu, we're going to try to run those early as well. That doesn't mean that we won't be running other events. Right. So pay attention.
Right.
We're going to try to call out those events. So you got to make sure you're paying attention. Again, if you're a judge or you're interested in judging, click on www.kungfuforever.com, click under that tournaments tab, click on judges registration. If you register, it helps us account for you. So that helps us with logistics like food, drinks. We can put you in a correct ring and we can match you up with people so you can get experience, or you can just be with your buddies maybe. Maybe you want to judge with a certain group. Yeah. We can facilitate that stuff. But if you don't sign up early, we won't be able to do those things. Competitor registration. Make sure that you're getting that early bird special. $100 early. It ends October 19th, 2025. After that, you will have to pay $120. Or if you come to the door, you will pay $120. Okay. And registering at the door, not to say it can't be done, it just slows down the process. So if you're pre-registered, you're going to move through that line a lot faster. And if you want to prepay for your spectators, you can do that as well. Okay. When you register, you have to go through the full process, fill out the whole sheet, and you will not be able to register until you pay for your registration. Okay. Divisions and rules are under here too, so you can understand where you fit in. And also for you Sifu out there, you can see maybe where your your students can say, oh, hey, I'm interested in doing some Jinshu. I've never done that. And when people say Jinshu, I mean sword sparring. So that's what that is. And a lot of people seem to like that, and they try it and they end up coming back. And that division has grown and grown and grown.
Right. I didn't know what Swajiao was before you talked about it here. And then there's way more to it than I thought.
There's way more to it.
It opened my eyes.
And it grew, so, and it's growing.
Got to compete in it, and got my feet wet. And you went, and turns out I like it.
And you went against a great competitor.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. So this is your opportunity as a martial artist to be able to grow, but also test your skills.
Yeah, it can open your eyes to something new that you never even knew about, and you might fall in love with it. And
I will also say this before we end this podcast: I have made more friends at these tournaments.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And these guys are like my brothers because I'm telling you, we see, you know, now with social media, we can keep in contact easier.
Yeah.
But I mean, when we get here, it is like a family reunion.
Right. Right.
And we have a blast. And I love to see the younger competitors meet other people who are like them and go, oh, that's cool.
Mhm.
Let's link up. And so I have met so many people and made so many different just buddies and pals and mentors.
Great
And,
martial artist.
oh
man.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, it'll also let you know what you're doing well and maybe where you lack.
That's right. That's right. Good kung fu keeps you honest.
It does.
Keeps
And
you
it
honest.
should keep you honest.
Right.
And so I want to encourage everybody out there, please come to the Fall Classic. We'd love to have you. Like I said, there's a lot more pros than there are cons.
Oh,
Yeah.
North Carolina, South Carolina, this area is beautiful in the fall. So if you're out of area, you're going to come here and the weather's going to be pretty nice.
Good weather. Yeah.
It's going to be beautiful with all the leaves. And,
Only an hour or so from Asheville.
oh, yeah.
You can easily go see the leaves change up on the Blue Ridge Parkway.
If you want to go to the beach, we're about 3 hours from the beach.
Right.
You know, we're not far from the mountains. We're at a hub spot
Right.
pretty much. And Charlotte's a beautiful city. So if you've never been to Charlotte,
Queen City.
yes, right, you can come and just hang out. It's a fun place. So again, we want to invite you guys to the Classic. Joe, Trevor, do you guys have anything that you guys want to say about the tournament before we sign off?
We better see y'all there.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. I would say one quick thing, and that's if you're a teacher or whether you're just looking to compete, or say you've got children or teens or whatever age, if you got students that want to compete who have never competed before, encourage them and treat this as just a part of your training, you know, because getting in front of people and you get those nerves and it can kind of simulate what it may be like, you know, if you're in any kind of bad situation. So treat it as part of your training and don't hesitate. Sign up, do it. You'll have a great time and you'll meet a lot of good people.
I would definitely say that very few times in my life have I had to be in a real confrontation.
Mm-hmm.
But I will definitely say this, because I competed,
Mm-hmm.
that helped me when I was in those real confrontations.
Put the pressure on you.
And I was able to respond because now I know what the pressure feels like.
Right. Right.
I've trained
there's-
for that.
There's always a moment, not to drag this on the Southern Goodbye, but there's always a moment in a real confrontation or competition where it's like a switch.
Mm-hmm.
You can freeze. It's that fight or flight. You can freeze or you can act.
Yeah.
You know, and this will help you with that. I have frozen in a real situation before. So that's not what you want to do. There's always a lot of different things you can do in situations, but one thing you never want to do is freeze.
Right.
So
You want to take some kind of action.
right.
And if you're, and I will encourage you, and then I will sign off. If you are afraid, I encourage you to build up the courage and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I promise you, you'd be surprised how you react when your training comes out. You'll go, whoa, I didn't know I could do that. You know, I think people, like, they'll come out of that ring and they'll be like, who am I? I don't even know who I am.
Right. Right.
And it's amazing. And to see that confidence build, that's what we want to see. And that's what the reason for the Fall Classic is. Not
And if you get in there and you take a loss, so be it. Like, it's how you respond to that too. You can let it defeat you, or you can say, you know what, I got in there and I did it. So to me, that's more important than the win and the loss.
And I will tell you guys this, kudos to anybody that has competed, because there are a lot more people who don't do it
Mm-hmm.
that do it.
Yep. And talk about it.
And talk about, oh, I've done this. I'm the heavyweight champion of the world, X, Y, and
Yeah.
Z. Okay.
Yeah. Or, you know, if they never competed, it's like, I could do that, or there's nothing to that. You know, it's get in there and do it.
Right.
Get in there and do it.
Try it. See how
Try it.
difficult it truly is.
Right. Right.
Because everybody there has done something to prepare for that moment,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't know what their journey is.
Right.
And that could be, some people it's a culmination, some people it's a stepping stone.
It could be a stepping stone. I mean, you got people out here with just, you know, anxieties and the fears, you know, and they're stepping out there for that. It might not even be about, you know, there's maybe more to it than meets the eye. So, like you said, conquer your fear, get out there and do it, and see how it makes you feel.
Right. Right.
It's
It's
Right.
part of your training.
Right. So from young to old, we got something for everybody. If you just want to come and spectate, have a good time, we got that too. Thank you guys for listening to our podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see all of you at the Fall Classic. Peace.